Hello, welcome to part 2 of my Zoids Battle Legends playthrough of the tournament of the second series, third arc. That is very confusing. Basically, just welcome back. If you watched the last episode, you know we beat 6 of the 12 enemy teams in this tournament, and we are going to go through this time. I am recording this on the same day as I was recording the last one, so if your feedback of you guys think this game sucks is, if that's your feedback, that you think the game is not worth watching, then this will probably not be uploaded. But if it is uploaded, it's probably been scheduled to upload, and I probably forgot to unschedule it, so I apologize for that. If you guys like the game, congratulations, here it is, and I enjoy playing it, so I am happy to do it. Let's get down to the enemy team, which is the Double Lightning Sykes. I believe that's sisters, and we didn't change anything up. Obviously, you saw we didn't change anything up. I'm also very sorry if there's a clicking sound in the background. I'm sitting in my office chair and it's banging up against my desk because I'm turned around from my desk to do the TV screen thing, and I am sorry that it's clicking up like that. I'm just trying to get a little comfortable, and I'm sure it happened a few times throughout last episode. In fact, I know it did. So I am just going to kind of apologize for that. That's the best I can do. Blade Liger will beat Lightning Sykes. You saw the last one we fought was super fail. Same story with this one. Sadly, the teammate can't do jack squat because he's pretty useless as an AI. But all he has to do is not get in too much trouble, and I can handle the rest. I can clean up his mess, basically. You want to watch out for that spin. You didn't get to see it too much because it was in the back, because we were turning away from it. But that spin is basically just through a cover. It's so that you can't just sit on top of the enemy and blast them, and that would be that. Like I said, super fail. You can also get up on buildings if you have high enough jump height. Like, this game does not keep you on the ground. The topography and the coloration of the battle stages are a bit, they're a bit blah. But at the same time, you can get up on the buildings. It makes it a lot more interesting. But there's very few that can actually jump that way, and you want to pretty much cut weapons off of things like this if you want to even come close to getting on a low building such as that. So this is also a very hard battle, probably the hardest battle actually in the entirety of this tournament chapter. The Kong and the Blackhorn, super broken Zoids. They're just a bit too powerful for their own good, to be completely honest with you. And because of that, you do want to kind of up armor because they're going to want to go physical, especially the Kong, and that's what we were saving up for. We actually could play through like this without having to do any of that. We're actually going to up armor ourselves here. We're going to buy double Super Z's. There we go. And equip one to each of our guys. In fact, we will be buying one more. We'll be buying an accelerator for our teammate right here to offset that a little bit. Because even though he is pretty awful, he's still not that bad. To be completely honest with you, like he's bad, but if I make him a slug, then I can't blame anyone but myself, can I? The answer is no, I cannot. So we will quickly just change this up. Give myself a Super Z armor plate. It does make me a little slower. It brings me down to what I think his speed will be. Luckily, the two we're fighting right now are pretty slow to begin with, and we can consolidate the plates in a few missions time. In fact, we're still four numbers or 4 over him on speed, but that is completely fine with me. We are going to go ahead and start our mission, and the strat I have here is basically to try to get the two lumped together because although they have physical attacks, they're also very bad turn radius, and when they do attack, they're attacking with powerful weapons, and as friendly fire's on, they hurt each other. So if you can just duck and weave through them, then you're in pretty good shape. Also, you want to get up on them very fast, so they don't hit you like that. That was pinch exhibit A through Z right there, isn't it? Couldn't even get it out, but you want to get up on them fast. On the Kong, it's like the Mammoth. You want to stay up behind it because if you don't, you're in some deep trouble. And there is the red horn. The end of this horn right up my sphincter. But we do have what we're looking for. We have them lumped together, and from here, it's basically just a kill house because they can't. You take turns knocking them down. There's only one you have to battle at a time. You don't have to worry about getting flanked by them. And as I've said before, they're pretty bad when they're up close to each other because they need their space to operate. You do want to watch out for the Kong though, because the Kong does have invisibility and will easily cloak itself. It's not the invisibility like completely invisible, but it does make it hard to see if you're just rushing by. It's invisible enough that you'll miss it if you're not looking for it. Especially in something like this that has very monotoned scenery. Just there's no like discrepancy. You can see right there it went invisible. Kind of looks like it's a mist type deal. Not even a mist, but you can see it. Like I said though, if you're not looking for it, especially in a map like this, you will miss it. And any Zoid can get the invisibility, but it's just super expensive to get the cloak and the boost. It's just so practical. You could go invisible on some of these guys, and it's actually useful. Not so much on this. These you want to have boost on. I didn't give boost to my teammate because honestly I don't know if he'd be using it correctly. It's a very offensive option, where the shield is a bit more defensive, and I feel like he could deal with a little defense. Right there we did get caught up on each other's attacks. Mainly he hit me. I definitely came off worse than that fratricide. So we do take out the red horn, which is typical because the Kong. There you can see it's comeback melee, so you can't puppy guard it. I didn't see it was down at the distance before it got up. But yeah, you want to kind of take out the Kong has more bulk. Is what I was trying to say, but I just kind of lost track of my thought because I got whacked like that. So it will take it's a little chip away. It's just like the mammoth. You want to give yourself a little, and my teammates hitting the crap out of me. But that's bound to happen from time to time. But you do want to give it you just want to give it some space until you're going for attack, hit and run, just like the mammoth. In fact, I think it has just about the same base defensive power as the mammoth does, but it has much more offensive potential. And with the cloak, like you see it there, it's sometimes hard to navigate to get up behind it, because sometimes you will. Even though you'll see it, you'll mess up and hit the wrong one. And I just blew up bits, so we're in some bad shape right here. Yeah, that again, you don't ever want to be in the front because it can do that to you. That's one down. Ideally, you want to have a bombardier and a attacker, one or the other, depending on who wants to be whom. But having two physical attackers makes it very difficult sometimes to do this successfully, because you will get in each other's way. You just kind of have to bank on it's not going to happen too often where you'll hit each other like that, because it really doesn't. In fact, I could probably use my small arm right now and try to shoot him while we're at distance, but I'm not going to because he's coming right up on us. And by the time I locked on, he would have started punching us again, and we will be down with one more punch fit. I'm pretty sure. I call it punch fit. Basically, it's just his melee combo. We got very lucky. We got in right underneath his punching, and allowed us to get him right there. But that was very, very lucky, and not at all encouraged to do it that way. We're right up there. I think it's one, maybe two more passes, and we got it. I am going to let my boost recover for a second, so I can juke around him right there and hit him on the back again, like we just did. There, this should be it. Nope. One more, and we got him. So we're just going to again let our boost recover a little bit so we can juke his punches, because it can go either way. All it takes is him to get hit us with one bad hit, or one combo, and we're in bad shape. We got lucky twice there, and I went against my own advice by attacking from the front. But ultimately, we did come out pretty well with that, and that was an okay freeze frame. And after this, except maybe the final battle, I'd say that's probably the one you want to worry about the most. Like I said, except for maybe the final battle, and even the final battle, if you know what you're doing, is pretty simple. This recording, I did remember to get water though, because my mouth was getting pretty dry from doing this. This time he's using a Panzer. No, he's using the forget what it's called, but basically it's a blade. It's our guys on crack. It has two blades like we do. It's faster than us, and it has three blades on its head. Messy. And the other guy has a dinosaur. I really don't care about that. I forget what it's called. I think it's called a Gigasaur or something like that. But you can take it out very easily because it has good armament, but it doesn't have. It has good armor, but it's pretty slow, and it definitely is not going to go toe to toe with a Liger in close-in combat. I was going to say hand-to-hand, but really it's blade to body, I guess, combat. However, this I'm going to take on the harder enemy, which can easily take us out when used by an experienced pilot, because it has the same blades as us, but it's faster, and as you can see, it has way more blades than we have. Also, it can be armed. It doesn't have quite the same options as of armament as we do, but it's plenty powerful in the way that, like I said, blades. Close in, it will win 9 out of 10 times, unless you know what you're doing, and you have to be really careful with it. You want to stay, as with most of them, you do want to stay up behind it, but it's not always possible because this guy can maneuver just as well as you can. And as you can see, he can lunge you like that, just like the initial. Any Zero, because this is a Zero model, it's a Zero variant, can lunge faster than your Liger can move, unless you're using the speed boost, which is what I'm going to be doing right now. He wasn't up quite in time, so I did swerve off. So there we go. Now he's going to rush over to the other guy and lend support to our teammate, because he's not doing too hot. He's actually doing a little less than I was hoping he was going to do. By this time, I would have hoped that he would have had the guy in pretty bad shape, but that was not to be the case apparently. And I guess he's decided to go run off. Here he comes again. I would let my teammate do this, but as we're also trying to get some money for the next actual upgrade cycle, I just kind of want to make sure that we get this handled quickly, because time is a consideration. And that should be that. So yeah, you take care of the Liger model. It's pretty easy to handle the rest of it. And we do get C rank, so I guess we're average. Honestly, I didn't do too. I say this every time, but I'm not doing as hard as I once have, or once did. I know I can always do better on pretty much any of these. But I figure the entire point is that you guys can actually see me just playing it. Now this guy, I believe, has a shield, shield Liger, and another gun sniper. Look at the bright red, very hard to miss, especially in this very gray, monotone scenery. In fact, I don't think there's any missions in the tournament that use a red background, predominantly red background. There is one, but it's an arena battle, and you need 2 players to do it. Okay, so we should be in good shape. Where are we on the money? Yeah, we're almost ready for the next upgrade. I believe we'll have it by about episode 12, even then, or not episode 12, battle 12, and even then it's not even necessary. As you can see, we're doing just fine without it. So my strategy here is, there's not really a strategy, they're both very powerful. I do typically like to go after the gun sniper to begin with anyway though, just because it is a gun sniper and a little weaker, and you can team up on the Liger. Also, gun sniper here, this particular is going to be much more focused on the mid-long range battle, and not so hot on the short range attacks, so you're going to have a little bit of an easier attack. Ideally you do want your AI to handle it, but as the AI has awful navigation, and I say he has awful navigation when he comes up and actually finds a target. But typically the AI has an issue finding the target. I'm going to allow the AI to handle it though. I will be going over to the shield Liger, I believe it is. Could be, no, it's a blade Liger, I can see. You can tell the difference from behind. The blade Liger has those has the ears sticking out, where the shield Liger does not. It's very much more like, the head is more spherical than the blade. In the shield Liger form. So we're going toe to toe with it, but we just barely took out a Zero model of the blade Liger, so we're not too worried about this one. If there's a difficulty level on this game, I probably would up it, but there isn't. It's one of the old school Japanese games that has a single difficulty. It's either too hard for you, too easy. But honestly, the learning curve in this game is pretty sharp. Like when I barely picked it up after like a decade of playing, which was probably like a month ago, I was losing like every battle, and I had to get it all back. And I'm still not as good as I once was, but then again, I don't put nearly as much time into the game as I used to. It used to be a day-night thing. I used to have it. I pretty much had every Zoid unlocked, every piece of. I optimized each loadout, had every piece of armor, every piece of every gun for every Zoid. It was ridiculous. And I know that I'm not doing too fantastic showing you guys this, showing off the different Zoids and different arms you can use. because I'm just using something to get through practically. Because like I said, it's been like 2-3 weeks, and I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to present this. I figured presenting it as a Let's Play is probably the best. Let's Play and tutorial. I'm not saying anyone's gonna play it, but you guys can still find it. In fact, I have 2 copies. By mistake, I went to a store that sells old school stuff like this. They didn't have it. They were being a bit of a jerk about it, so I bought it online. And turns out they actually did have it right when I took delivery of the other one on the exact same day. So I bought this game twice by mistake. So we get a nice A rank from that. I know one issue I have, not just in this LP, but overall, is I speak too fast sometimes. I do try to temper that, but it is a bit hard because my entire life I've been speaking at that rate, and it's a bit of an issue for me. But I do work very hard. Here we have a Shadow Wolf and a Panzer, a Zero Panzer, the most armored Zoid in the entire game. More than D-Bison, more than Cannon Tortoise, more than any of the other stuff. It has 12 weapon options that come standard on it, and you can put up to 14 on it, I believe. So the thing is ridiculous. In fact, I'll show you it really quickly because I have it unlocked. I won't be buying it, but I will show you just what we're up against here. But it's purely a long-range attacker. It has nothing to do in the physical domain other than melee attack, and even then it's kind of sucky by doing that. Not the Gustav. I was thinking of going through the Gustav, but I actually want to win. So there's all of its weapons it possibly can. It has, in fact, it has all its slots filled up. But it's definitely a very offensive bombardment attacker. Doesn't have anything stuck on it, but if you gave it like invisibility, the thing would be lethal. Or give it pretty much anything, smokescreen. The thing's dangerous. Long story short, the Shadow Wolf though we're not too worried about. It's basically the Command Wolf but upgraded. If you in the first like 3 battles we got rid of it very quick. 2 battles in fact, we got rid of it very quick. But it's still not too big of a threat. It does have a Gatling gun on its back, but we're not. I'm not too worried about that because again, you get in close to it, it's in pretty bad shape. Very few things can go toe to toe with a Liger in a close range fight. I think I've already said that in a few different ways, but it's just as true now as it was when I said it the first time.
You are going nowhere.
And even the Panzer's the slowest Liger, I believe, out. Slowest Zero model to be sure. So you're actually pretty sure you can. It's a pretty sure thing you can dance around it and kick the crap out of it without too much issue. You just need, in this mission especially, because there's a lot of tight canyons. If you can get stuck into a canyon, you're in pretty good shape. Like right here, if you can get it in this little circle right here, you've got it pretty much locked in because it can't use its weapons and it can't maneuver well enough to really attack you with its what would pass for close range weapons. But you do want to get in close on it before it does unload on you, because if it unloads on you, you're pretty much screwed. We have armor, so we're not in as bad shape, but if we didn't have the armor, especially, it would have been bad. He definitely emptied out those rockets a little late, if you ask me. Like right when we were about to hit him, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit you with it." That beam is probably his most powerful attack at all ranges. It's more typically mid-range, but if you can aim it, it's a very good long-range attack as well. You want to kind of keep away from its mouth, I suppose. We're leaving the battle area. Funny thing is, you can leave the battle area, and it gives you like 10 seconds, but even if you ran out of the battle area for 10 seconds, you still wouldn't hit an invisible wall. The game has a super open battlefield, and it's not particularly, but it just doesn't want you to leave the battle zone too much, because I guess the programming only says you can go so far. Well, the program says the AI can only go so far, but I don't think I've ever ran into a wall in this game for running out of bounds. I've ran into a wall before in jumping, because like I said, the Raptor is my favorite, and the Raptor is probably the best jumper in the game. So I've hit a wall from jump perspective, but I don't think I've ever hit a wall from out of bounds perspective, or leaving battle area perspective.
We were almost there. Too bad.
Also, I do apologize for the lack of face cam. Because the face cam is not... I don't really have a face cam I could use. I'd have to use my laptop built-in webcam. And just due to the way that my office is, or my work area is built, So I need to buy a HD webcam and stick it up on top of my TV and have it set up. So here is our final battle. You'll see that the character I've been using this entire time is part of this battle. It's he and his mother. These two are super powerful, especially the Death Sword, or the, I forget what it's called, the black one. The Genosaur, I think it's called. I don't remember, honestly. I just barely watched the anime not 2 months ago, and I completely forgot what it's called. Either way, you want to definitely watch out for that one. The silver one is dangerous, but you need to kind of just be wary of it. Get our upgrade. We don't. In fact, we have enough money to get our upgrade, but we're not going to because I think we'll be alright doing it this way. And this battle, like I believe I said before, is hard, but it's not hard so long as you know what you're doing. It's in a spherical battlefield, very much just an arena like Coliseum Throwdown type deal, and it is it's very easy to handle this so long as you know what you're doing. But the biggest concern you have is that your teammate doesn't screw up what the bed pretty much and die, because if he dies, these two up on you, you're not going to be in good shape. Not because you couldn't fight them up close, but because they have multiple range attacks and they're powerful up close. They have more power per hit than the blades do, and they almost keep up with you. In traversing, they're almost as good at turning as you are. Very nasty pieces of work. It does look like we're in good shape though. It looks like our teammate is almost got half HP down on the enemy. In fact, a little over half HP down on the enemy right now, and is still sitting strong at about 60% himself. Make that about 50% himself. Something just happened where he got the crap kicked out of him. Make that 30%. So we need to kind of hurry up and get this guy gone. Because if we get in a situation where we get teamed up on, where odds are going to lose. I mean, I'm good, but I can only blade one thing at a time unless they're directly to the left and out of me. And these guys typically want to attack from the front and back, because they're not too good, like I said, in the close-in competition. Did we get it? I think we have one more swipe on it. If our teammate goes down like he just did, we're in good shape. As long as we take this sucker out right here, we don't need to worry too badly about it, because we can handle the refuse right here. And that's probably what happened to my teammate. It's a sucky attack. It also stuns you for a temporarily. And there we go. That's actually the amazing climax to this battle. And I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please do remember to leave. If you enjoyed this part of the series, because I will record more if requested, but this is going to be the end of the recording for now. So if you guys enjoyed the series, please do remember, or please do like the video up. Tell me in the comments what you did not like, what I can improve on. If you didn't, of course, like the video. Sub to this channel if you haven't subbed already. I appreciate every sub I can get. It really does help me out and drives me to do more and more of this stuff, and helps me to be more emblazoned and more emboldened, not emblazoned, to do series like this. A series of games that are really just so out of the common train of thought that it just makes it fun to do. Some people probably will have never heard of this game, and that's the beauty of why I did it. So I would like to, with that, offer you guys to watch the credits. Again, it's an Atari and Tony game, very interesting. I believe it's the only one that they collaborated on that I can think of, other than the other Zoid games, but we're not going to talk about that because this is probably the best of all of them. And I hope you all, like I said, enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video, and maybe in the next part of the series if you guys want that. Sorry for stuttering, goodbye.